So I'm at the pawn shop, and this old white man come in. Now I'm over here trying to get an Xbox 360 controller, whatever. This white man coming there with a sack, and I'm looking, and he pull out some gold coins, right? And they all look the exact same. So I'm like, man, where the dude come with this treasure or whatever? So nevertheless, him and the pawn shop guy is negotiating the coins, and he telling the dude, like, I'll give you 10,000 per coin, right? And dude had at least maybe about 40, 50 coins. So you talking about $50,000. So I'm right here and I'm like, what? And the old white man like, nah, I 25,000 per coin. And the pawn shop owner like, nah, I can't do it, man. I ain't got that type of money in here, man. So the old white man was like, well, I'll just come back later. He was like, no, man, I'll give you 10,000 per coin. So the old white man was like, nah, I'm good. I'll come back when you got the money. So he said, all right. So so the old white man walk out the pawn shop, and he go get in his car. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let me get this fool. So when I get outside, he already pulling off. Now at this time, y'all, I'm riding a bike, a mongoose bike, and against my better judgment, everything they say that God talked to you and he tell you not to do certain things, that little quiet voice before you do it. Well, I should have listened. So anyway, I get on the bike and my man is driving slow. Like he's like driving maybe 10 miles per hour and I'm on this bike, right? So I'm in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to get this fool. I'm going to get him. So I don't care how far we got to go. I'm going to get him. I mean, unless he get on the expressway or something like that. But he ended up turning. He made a right and went into this neighborhood. So I'm like, hold up. This dude is right here. So he's going down the street and I'm right behind him, y'all. I'm not like right behind him for him to look in the, the rearview mirror to see me or whatever. But I'm right there on him. And then he pulls into this driveway. So I said, wait a minute. This dude stayed like way down the street from my house. So I said, all right, bet. Now, he stayed, okay, I'm going to say maybe, okay, about a half a mile from my house, right? So, I'm circling the block. I'm doing my research on him. I'm trying to see, do anybody live there with him? Do he got any dogs? Let me check out his neighbors. Everything was quiet. I go to his mailbox, open his mailbox up and see is it other people names on the mail or whatever. Just trying to get the feel of who all up in this house or whatever. So over the course of a week, I'm watching him, I'm on him, and he never comes out the house. Now, of course, I can't be there 24/7, but older white male, he ain't leaving out the house past 10 p.m. Or so I thought. Now, I decided to go ahead and break into the house, allegedly, y'all. I found out on Sundays he go to church I guess he leave the house at 9 a.m. and he comes back around 3 p.m. So I'm like, yo, that's plenty of time. Now, what I forgot to mention to y'all is this guy, the front of this dude's house doesn't have a door. He built his house or altered his house in such a way that, like, normally when you ride and pass a house, it got a front door or whatever. He don't have a front door at all. It's just house. You know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming the door is on the side of the house or in the back of the house. So nevertheless, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, Sunday, and I'm watching. And just like clockwork, he come out, get in his car, bag out, and he pull off and leave. So I wait till he get off the block, and I go ahead and run up the driveway. So when I get there, I see a door right there, and it's an armor guard door or whatever, but I see like the door is kind of cracked, like the door. Okay, so you got the armor guard door right here, and then you got the, like the main door. Now that the main door is kind of cracked. So I'm thinking to myself, like, is somebody in there? Did he make a mistake and, leave that door cracked on a mistake or what? So my anxiety got the rising or whatever, because I'm like, okay, I'm here. I'm here now, so I might as well keep going. So I get to the door and I'm like, you know what? Let me yell in there and see if somebody in there. I'm just going to be like, hey, can I cut your grass or something like that or whatever. So I yell in there like, hello, is somebody in here? Hey, is somebody in here? There's no sounds. There's no movement. So I'm like, hey, is anybody in here? So nevertheless, I figure, okay, ain't nobody in here. Now, I had a book bag with me. I had a crowbar, I had a mallet, and I had one of them railroad spikes. That was my tools of choice to my trade. You know what I'm talking about? So I end up, putting that the spike right there and, hitting it with the mallet and pop the door right open. So I just go in. Now, when I go into the house, of course, this is the back door. And let me tell you, okay, so when I got in there, it immediately goes to the basement. Like, there's no door. It should be a door right here to the left. I don't know if y'all know how certain Michigan houses look or whatever, but like if you go to the side door, you got the basement that go down the flight of stairs, or to the left or the right, about the left of you can go upstairs, and it normally be a kitchen or dining room, but ain't nothing right there. It's like the whole house is cut off, so you can only go to the basement. So I'm like, all right, that's kind of weird. So I just go downstairs. Now, this basement is really cluttered. I'm talking about really, really cluttered. It's just boxes, a newspaper, clothes. It smell old down here. It really do. So I'm looking around. I'm like, man, this is some weird stuff. Now, I'm going to be real with y'all. Yeah, I was doing wrong. I was dead wrong for, breaking into this man's house, trying to steal his gold coins or whatever. But have you ever had this feeling where like 1,000 people was watching you? I felt that feeling like it was so many eyes on me, like so many people watching me. And I just felt like you need to go. I felt like at any moment somebody or something was just going to reach out and grab me. But I felt like, man, shit, I'm already in here, man. I'm already here. So I might as well just go ahead and find what I'm trying to get. But as I'm looking around in this basement, I'm noticing like, man, ain't no way if he got them coins down here, and I seen the little bag that he had in it, I'm like, I won't be able to find it. Even if he hid it down here, no way I'm going to find that bag. No way. So I'm looking around, like moving couches, moving the couch pillows and, opening up cabinets. I'm not seeing it. Now, I do see some stairs over here that's leading up. So I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, I get it. These stairs must go upstairs. So I end up, going up the stairs and the door's locked. So I'm like, all right. So I just boof the door. Bam! I kick it 3 times and it flies open. Now I'm in the kitchen. Now, to my surprise, it's clean. When I say clean, it's very clean, like very neat. Like this house is prestigious clean, like pristine clean. So I'm looking around, I'm like, okay. So in my head, I'm thinking like, nah, I ain't even gonna check the cabinets and hear nothing, because I know he ain't got no gold in this kitchen. This kitchen is used, he probably eat, 1 piece of toast, 1 egg with a little salt and pepper in it, and probably drink coffee. That's it. That's the type of kitchen this look like, whatever. So I bounce up in the kitchen and, I bust a right. And when you bust a right, you got the choice to either go straight at what I'm assuming is the living room, which is the front of the house, or go to the left where there's 4 doors, to the left down the hall. So I just go in the living room. You remember I said the front of the house was like covered up? Now I see a door right there, but it's all covered up. So I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe he just did it like that, whatever, right? So now I hear a noise. I hear a car, right? And I hear the door close. So I hurry up and run to the side, back to the kitchen, where you can kind of see like the backyard. And it's him. Homeboy has came back. So I'm like, oh shit. Now at this time, y'all, I'm not gonna say my age because it's not, the statute of limitation haven't passed on this. So I'm not gonna give away too many details. But just know that I knew I could take him. I knew if this man confront me in a house, I know I could put hands on him and get up out of there, right? I had no intentions of killing this man. I was just going to, push him down, what I'm talking about, and then run or whatever. But nevertheless, I end up, trying to go to the doors, the other doors down the hallway, and I'm trying to open the doors, but they locked. So I'm like, that's odd. Now the only door that was unlocked was the bathroom door, but this bathroom was small. Like it only had a toilet in there. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So now I'm thinking to myself, like, hold up. I know this motherfucker gonna know something off, when he get out the car and, come to the door, because he gonna know, like, damn, somebody popped my fucking armor guard door, right? So I'm thinking, like, you know what? I need to get back to that basement and just, I just need to get to that basement, because I don't know if this man got a cell phone. He might call the police. I just need to get the fuck out this house. So I said, fuck it. So I leave out the bathroom, right? And I hear him walking up the stairs. So I'm like, all right, god dang. So I dip back into the bathroom and like close the door a little bit, but I have it cracked a little bit so I can see out. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm just playing these scenarios in my head, like, okay, if he got a gun, I'm just going to bounce out on him and just, ram him against the wall and, take the gun from him and, run out of there. Or if he got a knife, same thing, I'm going to bounce out on him and just, do the same thing I was going to do with the gun or whatever. Or if he ain't got no weapon, I was just going to run out and just throw him down to the ground and, run. So nevertheless, I can pretty much tell where he's at in the house now, but he's not saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing. So he goes to the living room and he like, you could come out now. So I'm like, what? He was like, now I said what to myself. I didn't say it out loud. He said, you can come out now. So he was like, I'm not going to call the police. You just come out. So I opened the door, right? And now he's standing in the hallway looking right at me. And he was like, "What are you doing in my house?" I was like, I'm robbing you." He was like, what are you trying to get from me?" I was like, "I seen them gold coins that you had and I want them." It was like, "Well, all you had to ask, come on." And he went back toward the living room. So I'm like, "What? No, man, this gotta be a setup, man. This fool probably about to do something to me." So I walk towards the living room and I don't see him. It's like this motherfucker disappeared. So I'm scratching my head like, what the fuck? Where this white motherfucker go? Like, I've been in this living room already. It ain't nowhere he can hide. But when he got in there and he disappeared, I'm like, what the So, you know when somebody take a swing at you and you feel that wind at the back of your head? You know what I'm talking about? So this motherfucker somehow, some way got behind me and he swung something. You know, I got like cat-like reflexes, whatever. So I ducked it and I spit around, right? This motherfucker is holding a bat, right? Not one of them long, Louisville slugger bats, but a long bat or whatever, long wooden bat. Not a, I'm talking about the wooden bats, but they're kind of short. So I swing this motherfucker and I duck it, right? And I boofed him. Like, y'all remember Goldberg from WCW? I basically Goldberg speared him, right? Bam. Now I'm pissed off. And yeah, I know I broke into this man's house and I deserve everything that I got, or what could have happened to me. So I speared him and I said, "Motherfucker, you just tried to hit me in the fucking head with this bat? He like, don't hurt me. I said, "Man, where the motherfucking coins at? Where's the motherfucking coins at?" He like, I don't, they're mine. You can't have them. I said, "What? You gonna give me the motherfucking coins or I'm gonna kill you up in this motherfucker, man. Give me the coins." So I grabbed him by his shirt and I balled my fist up real tight. And he said, "Don't hurt me, just don't hurt me." I said, "Get up, let's go." I said, "Them coins in this room? Is these coins in the room?" He like, "No." So we get down the hall and I'm marching them down the hallway, right? Like when you get in trouble in school, when you was in kindergarten, first grade, your moms grab you by your collar. That's how I had them marching them down the hallway. And like I said, I'm not proud of what I did, y'all. I'm not. So I end up kicking the first door, and boom, boom. Y'all hit the light. Ain't nothing in there. When I say ain't nothing in this room, it's nothing in this room at all. Nothing. I said, "Man, them gold coins in here?" He like, "No, it ain't nothing in there." I said, "Come on, man, let's go." Get to the next door. I kick that door in. It ain't nothing in there. I'm like, "Is the coins in here?" He like, "No, it ain't." Now remember, y'all, it's the bathroom, which I already been into, and it's another room. So when we get to the last room, he said, "Don't open that door, please. Please. God, don't open this door. Don't open that door." I said, "Nah, man." "Oh, so it's in here, huh?" He said, "Please do not open that door. Please. I'm begging you, don't open that door. Please." So I said, "You know what?" Boom. I kicked the door in, right? I'm going to tell y'all something. You don't know who's living amongst you. You have no idea. I want y'all to listen to me. You have no idea who is living in your neighborhood. When I kicked the door in, I don't know if my five senses activated to the highest maximum that it possibly can go. The smell hit me first. It was the smell that I remember clear as day first. The smell was like rotten garbage. Feces, pee, throw up, like the rawest smell that you could ever imagine. And then I see it. It was a light on in there, a dim light. There was a body, y'all, that was laying on the bed, decomposing. Now, keep in mind, y'all, I still got homeboy by his collar, and I hear him close the door. I said, what the fuck is this? What is this? What the fuck is going on? What is that? So he was like, that's my wife. That's my wife. I said, what? You killed your wife? He said, no. To be honest, she passed away a couple months back, and I'm an old man, and I didn't want to be lonely, so I just never called the police. I said, you sick? You a sick motherfucker? Where's the coins at? Where is the fucking coins? He was like, there aren't no coins. I said, man, stop playing with me, man, before I kill you in here. He was like, it ain't no coins, man. It ain't none. I said, listen, man, you gonna give me the motherfucking coins, so I'm gonna fuck you up right here in this hallway. He said, all right, come on, let's go. I'll give you the coins. I done grabbed them a little bit more, a little tighter, and I done shook them a little bit. So as we walking down the hallway, I said, man, you sick, man. You one sick motherfucker, man. So we get towards the kitchen, and we're going towards the basement. I said, you mean to tell me the coins is down here in the basement, man? He said, yeah, they're in the basement. I said, man, better not be no motherfucking funny business when we get down here. You try to pull anything, I'm gonna fuck you up, man. We get downstairs, right? So there's this door over here to the left, by the wash machine or whatever, that I didn't see for some odd reason when I first got down there. And he push it in, it opens up. When I get there, right, and I see the sack, and I just grab it. I grab the sack and I push him down to the floor and kick him. I kick him in his back. Then I run up the stairs and I haul all ass right down the driveway and down the street. I'm running. I ain't never ran this fast in my life, y'all. So I get to my house, right. I'm out of breath. I'm winded, and I'm just sitting there, right, on my couch, and I empty the bag. Why, y'all? It ain't shit in this bag but quarters. Quarters. Regular quarters that probably amounted to maybe $30, $40 at best. Not even that, maybe $20. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, now I'm zooming back, and I'm like, oh, he had a couple bags in there. I just grabbed it, my adrenaline was rushing, right? And I grabbed the wrong bag. I should have checked the bag. If you enjoyed this story, make sure you hit that like button for me. Also, if you like stories like this, make sure you check out Stacy's Storytime.
Stacy's Storytime.
I'll have her link pinned at the top of the comment section. Make sure y'all go check her out. If you want to continue to show your support for the Donta Show Network, make sure you send your weekly donation to our Cash App, our PayPal, and our Zelle. It is highly appreciated. Until next time, take care.